Hey guys, I'm Tom the Tech Chap, and obviously everyone and their dog is talking about Cyberpunk right now. For some reason I have a collector's edition Keanu Reeves here with me, but I also have an RTX 3090, and there's been a question on my mind of can I play Cyberpunk in 8K? Let's do this. So for some reason that takes ages to explain, my dad has an 8K TV, but I don't. So he's very kindly lent me his living room for the purpose of this video. I'm very fortunate to have a nice 4K OLED TV, but this is a 75-inch 8K LG NanoCell. I did that obviously debate between 4K OLED or 8K NanoCell. Which would you choose? So the first thing I'm going to need is a HDMI 2.1 cable. It even says 8K on it because it's the only way we'll get 8K 60. Otherwise it's restricted to 8K 30. And of course we have 2.1 on the new Ampere cards as well. I just want to see if this works. It should run, but how well? Living room PC, barely notice it. It works, but I don't think that's in 8K yet, or at least it needs scaling. Let me grab my keyboard. There we go, here it is. My Razer Black Widow Pro V3, I think it is. Listen to the sound of this, by the way. Ugh, not my favorite. Why am I kneeling on the floor? I actually brought an office chair in here, so let's bring this in. Where's 8K? 4K 120, which suggests it's using HDMI 2.1. That's a good start, but the whole point of this video is for 8K. But I just read that you actually have to enable it in the HDMI settings. So if we jump into additional settings, there we go. So that should have done the trick. Let's have a look. There we go, 8K 60. So obviously without HDMI 2.1, this would be limited to 30. Actually, you know what? If we go to the display settings, let's scale it to 100%. So this is native 8K scaling. I was looking for it to pop up. Oh, look at that. So the reason we actually made this video, let's try out Cyberpunk. Again, RTX 3090, i9-10900K, 32 gigs of RAM. This is installed on a fast M2 SSD. This is the best chance, really, outside of maybe a dual 3090 setup, of actually being able to play this in 8K. And we're in! Cyberpunk! It runs the settings. It runs the main menu. There we go, 7680 by 4320. That is 33 million pixels compared to 8 million for 4K. We're getting exactly half the screen, aren't we? What is happening? Nothing's ever easy, especially with Cyberpunk. I just want to get into the game. Wait, let's see if... There we go, it's just the menus that don't work. Oh God, look at that frame rate. To be expected, this is maxed out. So yeah, clearly Cyberpunk does not play well at 8K in terms of the menus, but importantly at least, the game is, I was gonna say fine, but that doesn't look exactly playable. It's very sharp, as you would expect. So the only way we can change the settings is by taking it out of 8K because we can't access the menus. So let's try and get 30 FPS. 38K seems reasonable. RT Ultra, DLSS Auto, which I guess would have put us in ultra performance, but let's start with that. Still maxed out settings, not psycho lighting mode, but that's kind of silly. Oh wait, look at that. Bang on 30. 32, 31. It's pretty stable actually. And this is all thanks to DLSS. I'll turn it off in a minute so we can see the difference. Driving around, enjoying myself, 8K, living the dream. This is awesome. Obviously we've got 24 gigs of VRAM in the 3090, and that's obviously going to come into play at this kind of crazy high resolution. Can you jump out while you drive? Yes, you can. That's very GTA 5. Okay, now let's see what happens if I turn DLSS off. Still maxed out settings. Ooh, 6, which I would say is unplayable, obviously. That's ridiculous. So DLSS Ultra Performance, which obviously is scaling from 1440p up to 4K, no, up to 8K, which is 3.6 million pixels up to 33 million pixels, so that's about 9 times scaling you're getting with that. That's insane. But it makes all the difference. I know ultra performance DLSS isn't the sharpest in the world, but actually at this resolution, I don't think you'll notice that much. And it just turns what is completely unplayable to something that's you're getting 30 FPS. So maxed out with ray tracing is nice, but let's see what we can get with ultra performance DLSS, but without RT, so just sticking to regular ultra settings. So we're going from 30 with ray tracing up to, holy moly. No, wait, I forgot to, that was like 100 FPS. I forgot to change the resolution back. Because I keep having to edit these settings in 4K because the menu doesn't like me at 8K, as you can see. Okay, and we're looking at 44, 45 FPS. So that's about 50% higher, except it's just crashed. And I got a blue screen of death. So 30 FPS with ray tracing, 45 without. But either way, you absolutely need ultra performance DLSS. That stuff just is magic and it saved the day here. So what do you guys think of 8K gaming? Is it the next generation, or is it just kind of a waste of time? You can't really see the difference anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, if you put some time into Cyberpunk, what you make of the game. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see more of me and random videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time right here on the Tech Chat.
Merry Christmas.